unlock the vault of trading secrets where only the most savvy traders dare to venture. Dive into a world where your trading skills can unlock unlimited potential, turning you from a novice to a market maestro. Welcome to Crypto Cracker Secrets to Trading, where we peel back the layers of the crypto market for you. Make sure to subscribe and follow us to get access to member-exclusive content and rewards. Your journey to mastering crypto trading starts right now. All right. So I wanted to give a quick update. I've actually been watching the markets all day today and just seeing what's going on with the money, where the money is flowing. And I wanted to share something with you guys as far as what I've noticed. Actually, I've seen some very good signs on a couple of things as far as what's needed. As far as this correction go, I did not expect it to be as drastic as it was between yesterday and today. But with that being said, the reason why this correction was so drastic was because it's in a cycle of the bull run. So the bull run has like 7 or 8 different steps in its cycle. So with where we're at right now, we are actually approaching the 7th cycle, which is everything that's happened according to the bull run in the cycles has occurred up until the very last one, which is when literally we go into altcoin season. Okay. And these markers are very, very important that we look for when we're going into altcoin season. And I just want to encourage you because, yeah, I know, a lot of you, if you've invested, you've seen your investments go down, so you're going to be upset. I get it. And again, this is sort of what I was talking about too with Jasmy when I was covering Jasmy, and saying if we broke that downtrend, I was bear, and it look what happened. We broke that, and then we just had a massive correction. So of course, Jasmy has actually recovered really good compared to most other coins. Jasmy has actually bounced back pretty good, which is showing strength. Okay, but I want to prove something to you here with what just happened in the last few days. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the video link in the bottom, the link to this website that you can actually go. It's on Binance. You can look it up. All right, it's called the $1 Million Guide to Altcoin and Bitcoin Season. So you can actually see the cycles and the stages of what takes place here in this whole entire bull run, and which this cycle has been going on now for quite a while. So you can go read this, okay, and it gives you a good general idea of where we're at in the phases. I'm telling you right now, if you go, you can prove each one of these phases. I mean, it's like laid out like a book from what it has happened from month to month to month, even from last year till now. I mean, it hits it to a T of what's going on. Like, it just was an eye opener when I read this article. I was like, wow, okay, this makes total sense. What just happened? We needed this to happen for us to go into altcoin. If we did not have this happen, it would have happened later. Let's get it over now, right? And I get why they're doing it now, because Trump's getting ready to get sworn into office. So within 3 weeks, 2 weeks, or not even that actually, less than 2 weeks, Trump gets sworn in, which the market's going to need to recover in this time period before we go right into the altcoin season, which is what's going to happen. All right. So check this out. So right now, the phase that we're in, okay, it says that phase 6 here was the altcoin pump, October. What happened right before Trump won? It literally started at the end of October, we had a massive altcoin rally. Okay. Massive. The altcoins pumped. Okay. Look right here. They pumped. Okay. And Bitcoin had a little bit of a weakness at that point. All right. So then at that time, if you go and you look actually at Bitcoin and what was going on with Bitcoin, you can actually validate this. Okay, you can actually validate exactly what happened. Right here's October. Look at this, start going up, right? So, but if you look at altcoins, so I just pulled up Doge and just looked at a couple of altcoins, and they pump all the altcoins pumped right around that time. Okay, so and then all during this time, of course, the altcoins were up, but they were also moving sideways for a duration of time. And I've heard some other people make videos saying the same thing, that the coin's just moving sideways. We need to be moving up, and it's true. It has been for quite a while now. But that's because we haven't been in altcoin season. We literally just had a little pump in the altcoins, but the whole money has not flowed into the altcoins yet, because Bitcoin is the dominant factor right now. Bitcoin has been holding all the money. Everyone's been investing in Bitcoin. But what happens is near the end, right before altcoin, the money flows out of Bitcoin. It flows into stable coins. Okay. And then when that happens, the whole market crashes. There's a huge crash right at the end. Okay. Which is what we just seen with Bitcoin and what we just seen with it's at the same time. That is your signal for altcoin season, is when both of those take a dump at the same time. But you had to have previously, Bitcoin had to go up, make an all-time high, which it did, 108,000. Okay. So it went up and touched 108,000. It came down, had a little correction, and it went up again, but the strength and the volume was not there to crest it again. Okay, so that's it. That's it for Bitcoin. My opinion, it's it for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, the money just flowed out, and you can see all the money continuing to flow. I'm going to show you how much. I mean, it was a substantial amount of money that just flowed out of the market. I mean, a lot of money. I'm about to show you and prove it to you. So that had to happen. Now, where we're at now is we're about to see everything stabilize, but there can still be a few dips here and there. Why it's stabilizing, the altcoins are. And I believe this is just going to take place over the next couple weeks. Okay. And once it stabilizes a little bit, a good time to enter, because I think we're going to go right into the altcoin season, and altcoins are going to bam. All that money that flowed out of Bitcoin into stablecoin, and a lot of it flowed out and didn't even go into it, just disappeared. Literally, all the money, a lot of the money was just ripped out of the markets. Nowhere. It's not anywhere right now. Okay. So there's another factor. So there's two things. A lot of it went into stable coins, and the other half of it just got ripped out of all the markets. Didn't go into any stable coins. So it's just being held in limbo right now. And it's like $500 billion, guys, that's out there right now. That's not in the market. That just got wiped out. It's an extraordinary amount, which only means one thing. It's going to flow back in. And I believe it's going into altcoins. Okay. So right now, phase 7. So the Bitcoin, everything just took a dump. Okay. That's what just happened. That's what we just went through. All right. And then after everything stabilizes, then altcoins we'll see that lift. We'll see all the altcoins start rallying up. Okay. So that's what we're expecting right now, at the very end of the Bitcoin cycle. We're now moving into the altcoin cycle. All right, so check this out. Tether. Okay, this is USDT. So the money that just got wiped out of a Bitcoin and all the markets, okay, you can see here, it lost a substantial amount. It dropped a substantial amount. So here's $49 billion. You can see as it came down, the volume picked up, but there was a substantial amount right here that got wiped out of the market. Okay, so if you're looking at the charts, which is what I did, you can actually see how much was taken out of the market by doing the math. So you can see the market cap, 3.3 trillion. Look what it is just back on the 6th. It was 3.6 trillion right here, okay? And it went all the way down to 3.3. So where's the 300 billion that just got wiped out of Bitcoin? 300 billion US wiped out, gone out of Bitcoin. There's that decline. And altcoins, there was like 100 to 150 billion just wiped out of altcoins, gone. Okay, so where did all that money just go? Where did it all go? So if you look to see what happened, and you can see when Bitcoin dove, look at the date here, 1/7. So did the altcoin index. It came down. The chart, it's funny because the chart doesn't show it hit this, but it actually hit 37, the number 37 here. It doesn't even show it going down that low, but it did. I mean, it did it just very briefly. I mean, it dove, it just went bam. The chart doesn't even show it, but it did hit it hit 37. It was crazy. So how low that dove down. But so the money, if you're looking at Tether, here's a stable coin. We can see back on the second, right? The volume, you can see this volume. Look at the volume just move up from 70 all the way up to 104, still moving 150. Okay, so look at that. So there's a good 70, 80 billion that's right there. It's just flowed into the stable coin that's being held there. Okay, that's another indicator right there. When the money is flowing out, they're being put in stable coins for the market to settle so they can put that money into altcoins because of the altcoin season. All right, so that's how it always works. Bitcoin always goes first and then altcoins follow. All right, because Bitcoin can't go up if everyone's investing in altcoins. So it's one or the other. That's how it happens. But you do get a small rally of altcoins at the duration of time when Bitcoin goes up. Okay. And then as people sell, they put it in Bitcoin, which we just seen when Bitcoin went up and touched 103, 104 in the last time it just went up. It tried to overtake 100 and it didn't. And if you remember, and if you're following anyone, there's several big influencers that have like 1 million followers. They were screaming it wasn't the top when they were approaching this last high right before the crash. They were literally all dishing it out, saying, it's going higher, it's going higher. That right there's a sign, right? So now the market is positioned for some consolidation, and it's about to take off with the altcoins. Okay, so be patient. Be patient. I would still. I'm not a financial advisor. I would be patient just to see what plays out over the next week. But there will be some indicators that you will see with the altcoins that will tell you, and you want to watch. You want to watch this where the money is going to flow, right? Because like I said, there's like $300 billion that just got ripped out of the market that is not setting anywhere right now. But we know a lot of it, not a lot of it, but some of it went into Tether. A good amount, $70 billion or more. I haven't dived into this more. I'm sure I can pull out more information if I were to actually look at where it's going. But that's just where it's happening. And at the same time, we can see the phases. If you look at this website, it goes through the phases of each phase. You can go confirm the phases of where we were at, and it gives you the months and everything. And man, it's hit every single one to a T. And now we're literally just waiting right here. We're waiting right here for altcoin season, right? We're waiting. We're right at the cusp, guys, of this. So I'm providing all the information to you, right? This ain't just an opinion. Okay, this is facts. This is what's happened in the past bull runs. Okay, this is what happens. And okay, every time this is what happens. So if you don't understand why the market's dipped, what I just showed you today explains it. It explains it to a T. We should have expected this. I didn't see this. Okay, I did not expect this monster dip like it did. I expected it to correct, but not nearly as much as it did. And of course, it broke the downtrend or the uptrend. I didn't expect it to do that, and it broke it. But Binance liquidated they liquidated a ton, almost $1 billion. Binance liquidated just on the exchange of Jasmy. So it pushed it. It just kept pushing it down. I was watching the minute chart on Jasmy. Literally, the buy order would come in, the candle, and then a sell order would follow it the same size every single time. I watched it for 5 hours. That's all it did. Buy order, same size, sell order. Buy order, sell sign. It was to a T, guys. And that's why you see them 3 candlesticks when we were looking at Jasmy. When we were watching Jasmy, there was 3. I think it was on the day chart. Might have been the day chart. Right here, look at this. So right here, look at this. So this is what they were doing. They were just holding it there, man. They were taking all that liquidity. Everybody kept putting in money, and they were taking that liquidity. They were taking that liquidity. They were taking that liquidity. And that's exactly what was happening right here. Right? So we broke that. Look at that big wick. We broke it, but we came back up. So technically, we didn't break it, right? It's still in an uptrend. We're still in and up. I'll tell you right now, go look at any other coins. Jasmy is such a strong community because we actually held where we were supposed to help. And if it wasn't for the market makers could have pushed it down, but they didn't. They knew the importance of allowing the coin to stay in the uptrend, which I mean, to me, that's awesome. I mean, that's a good sign. But I think we're getting ready to see some massive shifts here in altcoins. So, but yeah, so this is where we're at. You can see it came all the way down 0.03012, and then it came back up, and now we're right above that line. Right above that line. So the next candle is probably going to be a nice green one. Be a nice green candle. So if whoever took advantage of this, you probably got in pretty good. And again, we could have more corrections. This could go down a little bit more, but I'm not sure. Yeah, Zhang, you've been waiting for this. You've been waiting for this liquidation. Yeah. If you've been waiting for the altcoins, then yeah, I can see why you've been waiting for that. Yeah. JT. Yeah, as far as the Bitcoin, the Trump. So I guess the market makers were playing with that in mind. Yeah, of course they sell the news, right? So they do utilize that when they are investing. They sell the news. So you've got to be careful with that too. But yeah, the market makers know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. And this big candle, I think they just swept all of those stop losses. So if anyone had bought in on right here, right? So those that had bought in here, these big green candles, they probably were expecting someone to set a stop loss right below the bottom, which is typically what traders do, day traders, retail, let's just say retail, right? So then they swept it. What I mean by that is they push it down below, hoping that those stop losses trigger, and it pushes it down more, and then they pretty much just sweep those out. They push out the paper hands per se. And then when they do that, the ones that ain't paper hands, they see the opportunity, they take advantage, and that's why we seen the lift back up on Jasmy. So, but I tell you right now, the whole crypto market has not recovered like Jasmy has. It has not. It has not. So even the market makers, they respect Jasmy. They respect Jasmy. That's an assurance for me. If I would have kept seeing this go down, and it closed, and we still got time left for this daily candle, right, to close. But I think it's getting close to closing though. We're getting ready to close the day out, if I'm not mistaken, and we're going to close above that line, which is good. That's what we needed to do, was stay above that line. So they respected it at the same time, but they had a plan to sweep it out, which they did. Now we're just looking at up and up, and like I showed you in some other videos, if you look at the chart, this is the 3-month that you're looking at here. It's very small candle, but either way, we're still moving up. I mean, you can see the green candle way up here, but then it sort of came down a little bit, but we're still holding. We're still holding. So that's the 3-month. If you look at the 6-month, we're still green. Look at all those green candles. The 6-month trend, we're still moving. And if this altcoin season picks up, we're going to get a monster green candle here. So if it's going to lay out like it should, which I believe it's going to, back when the election was called for Trump. Let's take a look at this. So back for Bitcoin, for example, here's November 4th. Right there's November 4th. Okay. Oh, you can't hardly see it because my monitor's in the way. My camera thing is in the way here. You can see right here's November 4th, and then bam, it went up. Right. So I feel like we can sort of expect that to happen right here before Trump gets on. And Bitcoin's actually holding pretty well, to be quite frank. I mean, it did dip quite a bit, but it's still holding pretty decently. I still feel like if with the altcoin season that this could still go down much more before we go into altcoin season. But I don't know. Like I said, that's not for me to decide. That's for the market makers to decide on what they want to do. But all that money flowing out of Bitcoin and flowing into stablecoins, that's a ticket. That's a gold ticket right there, nugget of information for you guys to utilize. So, but yeah, but that's all I got, guys. Oh, and I had on my profile, you guys couldn't message me. I had the messaging turned off. I've never turned that off, so I apologize in advance to any of my followers. all of you guys, if you've tried to, I don't know why it was turned off, but you can message me now. So if it wasn't brought up to me by someone today, I would have never known this. So all the videos where I'm telling you to DM me, you guys haven't been able to. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So, but now you can DM me. The 4 Easter eggs, the 3 are in the video. One of them is real. One of the Easter eggs, which is the 4th, is related to one of those in the video that I created. So, it still hasn't been won yet. So someone is still gonna win a wallet of some coins. So which I just took advantage of the dip. So you might end up being able to come out ahead with this, and actually make more than what the wallet is worth. So, but yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got for today, guys. I'll put the link for the Binance here down in the bottom of the video, so that way you can click on the link. You can look up. It's just called $1 Million Guide Binance. It'll pull it right up. You can go look at the phases. Go look at the phases in the charting. You'll see everything's lined up. We're literally phase 6 to phase 7 right now. So, and it makes sense, lining up right before Trump takes office. I mean, it just makes sense. It just makes sense. So, we didn't think about that before Trump won, right? We didn't know what was going to happen. So, but as soon as he was announced, bam, it took off. So, be ready. That's all I got to say. Buckle up. So, but yeah, that's all I got for you today for you guys. I hope this has been encouraging. I hope what you're seeing for long term is still showing good. It's still showing good things for what's going to happen, and yeah, I'm still excited. I'm still excited for what Jasmy and what's going to happen here with the whole market. So keep your eyes peeled, and we'll see over the next couple weeks of what's going to take place. We could find a little bit more correction territory going down. So, or it could, like I said, consolidate over the next week and a half, and then bam, and immediately move up. So, I don't know. We're about to find out. But that's it. That's all I got. Thanks for watching today, guys. I'm gonna go eat some dinner, and I might make a video tomorrow or the day after. We'll see. So.